When something unexpected happens on the road, the last thing you want is blurry or washed-out footage. That's why 4K dash cams are becoming more popular. They capture the kind of detail that can make all the difference later. Today, we're checking out 10 of the best options available right now. Each one has its own edge, from advanced sensors to clever parking modes. And while most people think 4K means high cost, you'll see one here that proves otherwise. We've got one on this list that stays under $100 and still delivers reliable 4K footage. Sounds impressive, right? Let's dive in and see what these cameras can really do. Starting with the Torvo TD3, this dashcam quickly stood out in testing by offering a smart mix of affordability, essential features, and practical everyday usability. Its compact build and tidy cable management simplify installation, allowing it to fit easily in any vehicle. The 3.2-inch IPS display provides good brightness even in direct sunlight, paired with an intuitive menu that makes the dashcam straightforward to operate. Recording in 4K at 30 frames per second, the TD3 captures clear and detailed footage ideal for daily driving, including night conditions. The front camera delivers sharp images with natural colors during daytime, while the 1080p rear camera offers a wide field of view and records license plates, clearly even in low-light situations. A standout feature is the built-in GPS, a rarity at this price, that adds valuable location data to recordings. Parking mode is another highlight, effectively combining motion and G-sensor detection, powered by a durable supercapacitor that resists heat. For enhanced parking coverage, an optional hardwire kit is available, which includes a long cable for connecting to the fuse box and a pry tool for easier installation. The companion app, connecting through 5 GHz Wi-Fi, allows quick access to footage and effortless configuration without needing to remove the memory card. With a 64 GB memory card included, the TD3 is a well-balanced choice for drivers who want reliable daily recording. Though it lacks a high-end Sony sensor, dedicated HDR toggle, and advanced driver assistance features, the TD3 is an ideal pick for those looking for a budget-friendly dash cam with all the core functions and no unnecessary extras. Now, if we're talking premium, the Thinkware U3000 really pushes things into another league. This one uses Sony's Starvis 2 sensor along with an Ambarella CPU, so the footage comes out in true 4K or 2K depending on how you set it. What I like is how it balances extremes. You won't lose plate numbers under bright sunlight, and you won't get drowned by glare at night either. The wide dynamic range and smart auto exposure take care of that. And unlike many wide-angle dash cams, this one uses de-warping tech, which straightens out that fisheye look and gives you a more realistic image. But what sets this cam apart is the parking protection. Instead of just relying on impact sensors, it has built-in radar to detect movement while using very little power. The cam wakes up only when something enters the area, recording a 20-second clip. Pair that with Super Night Vision 4.0, and you've got one of the most reliable setups for both day and night surveillance. Of course, it's not just about recording. With the Thinkware app, you can check a live view remotely, get notified if someone bumps your car, or even send emergency alerts with a button press. On top of that, it comes loaded with ADAS features like forward collision warnings and lane departure alerts, so it doubles as a safety assistant while you drive. At over $400, it's definitely an investment. But for drivers who want crystal clear quality and the peace of mind of advanced monitoring, the U3000 feels like money well spent. Here's one that really caught my attention because of how smooth the footage looks. The VIOFO A329 is the first dashcam to actually pull off 4K at 60 frames per second on the front camera paired with 2K on the rear. That means fast traffic, quick turns, or sudden movements all come through crisp, without the usual blur you see at 30 frames per second. And if you prefer better lighting balance, you can switch it to 4K 30 frames per second with HDR mode, which is great for pulling out detail in tricky conditions. The real strength here comes from the dual Sony Starvis 2 sensors. The front sensor is large and detailed, perfect for catching plates in motion, while the rear sensor offers a wider dynamic range, so shadows and highlights don't get lost. What I also find impressive is the storage flexibility. This cam supports external SSDs up to 4 terabytes, which means weeks of recording without worrying about overwriting files. That's something you rarely see in this space. Connectivity is top-notch too. With Wi-Fi 6 and USB 3.0 support, transferring a big 4K clip to your phone happens in seconds, which is a lifesaver if you need footage quickly after an incident. Voice control is another neat touch. You can tell it to start or stop recording without taking your hands off the wheel. Plus, there's GPS support across multiple satellite systems, so your route and speed data stay precise. At about $360, the A329 feels like it's built for drivers who want both performance and convenience. Between the smooth 60 frames per second capture, huge storage options, and fast transfers, this one feels ready for anyone who doesn't want to compromise. This one is for anyone who wants real stealth and top-notch security. The DR970X-BOX-PLUS takes a different approach from most dash cams. Instead of packing everything into the front unit, the actual recording box sits separately, lock-protected, and hidden away, kind of like an aircraft black box. Up front, you're looking at 4K quality with Sony's Starvis 2 sensor and a bright f1.7 lens. That combo pulls in more light and keeps footage sharp in both dim nights and glaring daylight. BlackVue also gave the Plus series a serious upgrade: double the bitrate, double the event buffer, and smarter image processing so details like license plates stay clear even with headlight glare. Connectivity is another strong point here. Built-in GPS, Wi-Fi, and Bluetooth are standard, and you can even add LTE with the CM100 module. That gives you live view, remote alerts, and cloud backups anytime, anywhere. And because the LTE module also doubles as a hotspot, your car can stay connected while you're on the move, or even while parked. The parking protection is equally solid. You get motion detection, impact detection, and a time-lapse mode to cover long hours without filling the card too quickly. The G sensor picks up bumps or sudden changes, then automatically saves the clips so you don't lose important footage. If you're on the cloud plan, you'll even get instant alerts straight to your phone. At just over $500, it is built for people who want not just clear footage, but also a secure and discreet system. Now, here's a dash cam that leans heavily into driver safety. The Nextbase 622GW isn't just about recording the road. It's built to be an ally when things go wrong. One of the standout features is the What 3 Words integration. Even if you're lost on a back road, the system can pinpoint your exact location within 3 meters, so emergency services know exactly where to find you. And crash detection automatically alerts emergency services if you're unresponsive, and you've got a cam that feels more like a safety tool than just a recorder. When it comes to footage, you're covered with 4K clarity backed by image stabilization. That might sound like a camera gimmick, but on bumpy roads or rough highways, it makes a big difference. Plates, signs, and small details stay clear instead of shaking into a blur. That's a huge plus if you ever need to show evidence after an incident. Also, Alexa is built right in, so while you're driving, you can ask for directions, check the weather, or even save a clip, all without touching a button. It feels natural, and it helps you keep your focus on the road. Parking mode is also part of the package. Even when the car's off, motion detection keeps watch, so you're still protected around the clock. Put it all together: emergency SOS, smooth 4K, stabilization, and voice control, and it becomes a great option for drivers who want strong safety features without spending top dollar. And here's one built with motorcyclists in mind. The Vantrue Falcon 1 gives you true dual-channel recording, with 4K up front and 1080p in the rear. That's perfect for riders who want coverage from both directions without compromising image quality. The front camera uses Sony's Starvis 8M sensor with wide dynamic range, which balances light and shadow so you can clearly capture plates even when the sun's low or headlights are blasting. The rear cam adds HDR, making it easier to see details at night when vehicles behind you have high beams on. And the setup is rugged. It is IP67 rated, so it can handle rain, dust, and tough riding conditions without worry. Installation is simple, and once it's up, you've got Wi-Fi built in for quick access through the Vantrue app. That means you can check clips, adjust settings, or share highlights straight from your phone after a ride. As for safety, it has collision detection for parking mode, GPS to log routes and speed, and emergency recording that locks files the moment a crash is detected. On top of that, it supports up to 1 TB microSD cards, which is way more than most cams. So even if you're logging long road trips, you won't run out of space quickly. There's also a clever picture-in-picture recording, which saves storage while still capturing both front and rear perspectives in one file. At around $400, the Falcon One feels like a solid choice for anyone on 2 wheels who wants reliable protection. Now this one feels more like a smart assistant for your car. The Nextbase IQ is worth looking at if you're after a smart dash cam. It comes in 3 models, 1K at $499, 2K at $599, and 4K at $699, with a 64GB card and install cable right in the box. And the rear camera, it's not included and costs about $200 extra. But this full coverage with smart features gives that peace of mind. Its built-in proximity sensing spatial awareness feature to custom-trained AI monitor movement around your car, expertly detecting potential threats. This gives you the power to act before anything happens. Also, it's always-on 4G connection, which means you can check a live feed from anywhere, get alerts if something happens around your car, and even download footage remotely. The front and rear camera covers 140 degrees, and it also covers the cabin with a wide 180-degree view. Its low-light recording is solid thanks to infrared. You also get features like Guardian Mode, Witness Mode, and Emergency SOS. So this thing doesn't just record, it actively looks out for you. Yes, some of the more advanced features come through a subscription, but if you value connected safety and real-time access, the Nextbase IQ gives you something most dash cams simply don't. Here's one that shows how much tech can fit into something small. The Vantrue E1 Pro is about as compact as a dash cam gets, but it doesn't cut corners on performance. Up front, it shoots in true 4K using Sony's Starvis 2 sensor, and with Vantrue's Plate Pix technology, plates stay readable even when cars move fast or lights glare, which makes all the difference if you ever need proof after an incident. What makes this cam even more useful for you is how smooth the connection feels. With 5 GHz Wi-Fi, videos go to your phone without delay, and built-in GPS automatically logs routes and speed. You also get voice control, so you can tell the cam to save a file or snap a photo without taking your hands off the wheel. If you decide to add the optional LTE module, speaking of parking, the E1 Pro does buffered recording, which means it saves a few seconds before and after motion or impact. That way you see the full story, not just the moment something touched the car. Add to that a heat-resistant supercapacitor and memory card support up to 1 TB, and you've got a cam that feels reliable for long-term use. At under $150, the E1 Pro gives you great quality in a size that barely takes up space. If you're looking for a dual setup that feels simple but delivers big, the Miofive S1 Ultra is worth a look. It records 4K on both ends, so you're not forced to settle for lower resolution on the rear camera. HDR helps balance the colors and light, which makes the footage easier on the eyes, while night vision pulls out details that many cams miss once the sun goes down. When it comes to everyday use, you'll like how smooth it feels. The 3-inch screen gives you a quick way to review clips right in the car, and with Wi-Fi plus GPS built in, you can move files to your phone or track routes without extra steps. If you hardwire it, the S1 Ultra also gives you 24-hour parking surveillance that wakes up the cam when motion or impact is detected. Durability is another part you don't have to second-guess. It runs on a supercapacitor instead of a battery, so it can handle both hot summers and freezing winters. Storage support goes up to 256 gigabytes, which means plenty of space for 4K files before you need to clear the card. At just under 200, the S1 Ultra is one of those cams that keeps things simple for you, but still delivers premium-level video both ways. Here's one that mixes sharp recording with a few extras you'll actually use. The 70mm A810 captures 4K video at the front and 1080p at the back, powered by Sony's Starvis 2 sensor. With HDR helping to balance light and colors, the footage stays natural whether you're driving under bright sun or through dim side streets. But this cam isn't just about video. While you drive, it offers alerts like lane departure and forward collision warnings, which act like a second set of eyes on the road. Then, when the car is parked, AI motion detection steps in. It can track movement nearby and trigger recordings before anything happens, and time-lapse mode helps save space without losing coverage. If you want to take things further, a 4G module can be added for live viewing and cloud storage. Mounting is simple too. Instead of a sticky base that feels permanent, it uses an electrostatic sticker, which makes repositioning easier if you need to move it. And with support for larger memory cards, you won't run out of storage quickly. For about $180, it gives you reliable video, smart driver alerts, and advanced parking protection, all in one package that feels easy to live with day after day. Here we are at the end of our top 4 K-Dash cam list. Found one you like or have other favorites? Let us know in the comments. Thanks for watching, and if this video gave you some useful info, give it a like and subscribe. Really helps us share even more tips and reviews with you.